Can 14 to 16 years olds possess inhuman abilities like Ayanokoji? Is it even possible? I mean, if we look at Ayanokoji's entire character, he was put into training the moment he was born and then had a strict 15 to 16 years of perfection with no days off. So is it possible? How can 14 to 16-year-olds even reach the level of Ayanokoji, which is basically level 100? Well, before you can even answer that question, first you have to identify what really distinguishes Ayanokoji from the average person. Ayanokoji possesses an unusually high level of intelligence, being extremely knowledgeable in various subjects, and is quite literally the jack of all trades. He also possesses superior physical strength, speed, and agility due to his training, making him quite dangerous and hard to kill. Ayanokoji is also a master manipulator, often planning events far in advance and manipulating those around him to get his desired outcome. Ayanokoji has an extremely stoic personality and rarely shows his emotions. He also has that 24/7 poker face, making it impossible for others to understand what he is thinking or feeling. This emotional detachment or stoicism is another aspect that differentiates him from an average person like you. Ayanokoji has the ability to accurately assess and analyze situations and people, often noticing things that others don't. His high observational skills make him an excellent strategist, allowing him to find the right pieces each time to solve any puzzle. Desire to blend in/humility. Desire not to stand out because of his past basically puts him in this lifelong student mode. Morality and ethics. You may be thinking why this helps. I mean, when someone shows no disregard for standard morals and ethics when it comes to achieving his goals, he is willing to do things that most people would find ethically questionable, making him a feared opponent in human endeavors. So now that we have identified the 6 main traits he has gained to become exceptional, we now need to also train ourselves day in and day out to gain these abilities. There are 2 main ways we are going to achieve this: theory and reality. So let's break down how to get good at all 6 of these traits one by one. So first, intelligence and physical abilities. For developing your intelligence, we'll be going the route of self-study and online learning. There are countless resources on the internet that can help you become proficient in various subjects, from Khan Academy to Coursera. Take advantage of these platforms and commit a certain amount of time each day to learning something new. I'd recommend a holistic approach, tackling different subjects to enhance your understanding of the world. For example, I'll be leaving a link to a full psychology course by MIT that you can watch off YouTube, and you can become very knowledgeable about these fields. Although this is the theory side I was speaking about, to become a master you do need to do the reality side, but this is a start. Lastly, to reinforce this knowledge you can synthesize what you learned on YouTube, teach people, and grow an audience. Physical abilities, on the other hand, will need to be developed through a disciplined workout regime. And when I say disciplined, I mean no excuses, no skipping sessions, just relentless training. The aim here is not necessarily to become a bodybuilder, but to become a peak functional athlete. You can use high-intensity interval training, or CrossFit for your daily workouts. These methods focus on full body fitness, which is what we are aiming for. And of course, join your local martial arts gym and train for years on end if you haven't done that already. Then, we move to manipulative skills. We're not looking to become con artists here. However, the ability to understand and influence human behavior can be beneficial in a number of situations. For developing this trait, I would recommend studying psychology, negotiation tactics, and conflict resolution. A basic understanding of these subjects will not only help you understand people better, but also help you in dealing with different kinds of situations. I've made various videos on this topic, so check them out. Next is emotional indifference and stoicism. It's all about gaining control over your emotions, rather than letting your emotions control you. We're aiming for you to become a stoic, a master of your feelings. Stoicism is about understanding that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. The key here is to build resilience against emotional turbulence. To begin, read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius and The Stoic Way of Life by Marcus Epictetus. Let's move on to observational and analytical skills. These are all about being present and attentive in the moment. You can develop your observational skills by doing simple things like noticing details in your surroundings, paying attention to people's behaviors, their choice of words, and their body language. As for analytical skills, puzzles and games like chess can be quite beneficial. They train your brain to think strategically and to anticipate future scenarios based on current data. Learn to think like geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci or Nikola Tesla. This skill will come more on the reality side. So for the second last one, desire to blend in / humility. This is about calculated discretion and conscious choice. Ayanokoji has his capabilities and talents, and he knows it. But he chooses not to flaunt them. Why? Because standing out also makes one a target. By blending in, Ayanokoji maintains a strategic advantage, always one step ahead because no one ever truly knows what he's capable of. Now, how do we apply this to our lives? Start with self-reflection. Understand your strengths, but also your weaknesses. Use this knowledge not to feel superior to others, but to guide you in your interactions. And then, be strategic about when and how you showcase your abilities. The goal isn't to become invisible or irrelevant, but rather to be able to choose when to step into the spotlight, and when to step back and blend into the crowd. You can observe, learn, and when the moment is right, surprise everyone with what you're truly capable of. And finally, humility. It's about respecting others, acknowledging their skills and talents without feeling threatened. The world is filled with smart, capable people, and there's always something to learn from everyone. Ayanokoji's humility is more of a disguise, but for us, let it be genuine. Acknowledge others, appreciate their abilities, and don't be afraid to learn from them. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself, but thinking about yourself less. In this way, we learn to blend in, yet stand out when it truly matters. Lastly, morality and ethics. This one is less about training and more about reflection and introspection. Understanding your own moral compass, your values, and ethics, and aligning your actions with them is key here. Reading philosophical texts can help expand your understanding of different ethical frameworks and perspectives. Following religion like Islam or Christianity and not being a dirty atheist can bring you a long way in life. So, there you have it, a rough guide on how to develop the traits and skills needed to match up to Ayanokoji. Keep in mind that this is no small feat and requires a lot of discipline, perseverance, and dedication. Even if we don't make it to level 100, we'll make it to level 80 or so. And that's something worth striving for. Until next time, peace on the streets.